Welcome to the last series of our video lessons on cube and cube root. In today's class, we'll be looking at what is the cube root of number. We are going to find the cube of fraction, learn how to find the cube of fraction and the cube of negative numbers. If you're watching this video, that means video lessons, that means you must have watched the previous classes that has to do with cube roots. If you haven't gotten those video lessons, then that means you're not part of our community. Do well to click the join link below in order to join our community of math students where we learn maths and then put you peers ahead of your colleagues at school. If you haven't joined our community where you get exclusive text, exclusive videos and exclusive membership only live stream, then you're missing out. Click the join link below to join our community. As we said earlier on, we are going to look at what the cube of numbers are. So when we multiply a number 3 times by itself, the result of that number is known as the cube of the original number. We call it a cube because it is used to represent the volume of our cube. Now, how do we do that? Remember that the volume of a cube is always equal to the sides to the power of 3. So why do we call it a cube? Because it is used to represent the volume of a cube. So when we multiply a number 3 times by itself, the result or the product is known as the cube of the original number. Now let's look at a good number. For example, if we have a number a, I will multiply a number a 3 times itself, a multiplied by a, the value is going to give us is going to be a to the power of 3. And what? That is the cube of that number. So in other words, a number raised to the power of 3 is called or the cube of that number. So we can refer this as the cube of a. Great. So if we have 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3 can be equal to 3 to the power of 3, and this will be equal to 27, right? And so we can also have 3 and so 3 is what is a cube of 27. So we can also have 4 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 4, and that is going to give us what? 4 to the power of 3, and this is equal to 64. That means 4 is the what? The cube of 4 is 64. So this goes on and on and on. So to find the cube of any number, just as we have explained, is simple. And the first thing you need to do is to first multiply that number by itself, and then the result you get, you can easily multiply that result by the original number, and then you can get the cube of that value, of that number. Now, to make it easier for you in your grade 9 level, all we need to do is, if we want to find the cube of 7, the cube of 7 will simply be equal to 7 times 7. That is well known to you. That is 49, right? Once you get 49, the next thing you do is to multiply 7 by 49 by 7. And 49 by 7 will give us what? 9 times 7 is going to give us 63, right? So you write 3 and then you take over 6, right? 7 times 4 is 7 times 2. 7 times 2 is 14. So 14 plus 14 is 28. 28 plus 6 is going to give us 34. So we'll have 34. So 7 to the power of 3 is simply equal to 343. So to find the cube of any number, what you simply need to do first is to multiply that number by itself, and then to get the product you get, you multiply it by that original number, and that is multiplication 3 times, and that gives you the value of the cube of that number. So this is it. So to find the cube of any number is very, very easy. Now, how do we take this over to finding the cube of fractions? Similarly, it's just the same. To find the cube of a number is similar to finding the cube of what? Fraction. The cube of fraction can be found by multiplying that fraction by itself and itself and itself again 3 times. Now let's look at this good example. If we look at this example, you're going to find out that finding the cube of any fraction is similar to finding the cube of a number. Now let's assume that we are asked to find the cube of 2 divided by 5. Now the cube of 2 divided by 5 will give us 2 divided by 5 to the power of 3. And what does that mean? This is equal to 2 divided by 5 multiplied by 2 divided by 5. 3 times. This is going to give us 2 multiplied by 2 divided by 5 multiplied by 5. So 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 will give us 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 5 multiplied by 5 is 25. And 25 times 5 is what? 25 times 5 is going to give us 125. 5 times 5 is going to give us what? 25. You write 5, carry 2. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12. So we have 125. So 8 divided by 125 is the result you get from the cube. To find the cube of negative number is just the same as finding the cube of whole number and fraction. The process of finding the cube of a negative number is the same as that of finding the cube of whole number and the cube of fraction, just as we have just learned. But then, always remember that the cube of a negative number is always what? Negative. And the cube of positive number is always positive. Now, before we take example, I want to tell you one good secret and one good tip that have helped me all through my grade levels in school. Make sure you keep this as a secret to yourself, and you're going to learn a lot, and it will keep you ahead of your peers. Trust me. Now, I want you to know this. The first secret I want to tell you this as a secret, and I want you to keep it to yourself as a secret. Now, the first secret, if I have a value x and I'm asked to find the value of this x to the power of 2. Remember, 2 is an even number. So what are even numbers? Even numbers are numbers that are divisible by 2. So we have 2, we have 4, we have 6, we have 8, we have 10, we have 12. All these are even numbers. So when we are looking for the negative exponent or the negative power of any number, and the power or the exponent is an even number, always know that the answer you get is going to give you what? A positive result. Always note that. And now if you are asked to find the negative root of any number and it's an odd number, what are odd numbers? Odd numbers are numbers that cannot be divisible by what? By 2. And they are 1, 3, 5, 7, and on and on. So if the exponent is 3, that means the result you definitely get will definitely give you what? A negative number. So if your teacher asks you, hey James, tell us what is the value of negative x to the power of 3 or negative 2 to the power of 3, just tell your teacher the value of negative 2 to the power of 3 is simply negative 8. Why? How, James? How did you get it? Your teacher will ask. Because When a negative number is raised to an exponent value that is odd, what happens? The result is simply going to give you what? An odd result, a negative result. And when a negative number is raised to the power or an exponent of a positive or an even number, the result will always be what? Positive. So always note this, and it's going to help you all through your days in high school. Now let's look at the result of negative 2. Let's assume we are giving negative 2 to the power of 2. 2 is an even number, so negative 2 to the power of 2 is simply 4. It's not negative 4 because the power is an even number 2. So that is it. Keep this tip close to your heart, and it's going to help you all through your days in high school. Now let's go back to what we are discussing. The cube of negative number is always what? Negative. While the cube of positive numbers are always what? Positive. So when we are asked to find the cube of negative numbers, all you need to do is this. Let's assume we are asked to find the cube of negative 7. The cube of negative 7 simply means we having 7 multiplied by negative 7, right? Good. That means we are multiplying negative 7 3 times. So I want you to also note this. In your rules of mathematics, you must have been taught this multiplication of signs. The negative multiplied by negative is simply going to give you what? Positive. And negative multiplied by positive will simply give you what? A negative sign. Right? Good. Now let's do this. Negative multiplied by negative is going to give us what? Positive. 7 times 7 will give us 49. Right? And this is multiplying a negative 7. Good. Positive times negative is going to give us a negative. 49 times 7 is going to give us 3, 4, 3. So that simply tells you that negative 7 to the power of 3 is simply equal to negative 3, 4, 3. And that brings to light that little secret I told you. If the power is an odd number, your result will always be what? Negative. So always take that to heart and make good use of it whenever you're dealing with negative numbers that has exponents that are either even or odd. I know you did enjoy this class. You did enjoy this class. In this class, we've been able to know what the cube of numbers are. We've been able to find out the cube of fraction. And we've seen that cube of fraction are just similar to finding the cube of numbers. And we've also come to know that we can find the cube of negative number. Now, don't forget that little secret I just told you. Put those secrets straight down into your heart. Keep them to your chest and make good use of them whenever you are asked to make good use of them, and that will put you high above your peers at school. If you haven't joined our community yet, then you are missing a whole lot. Join our membership communities today and then get access to our exclusive perks. These include exclusive video lessons and exclusive live stream class for your students or your pupils in grade 9 and other grades. Until next time, when we'll be discussing number theorem, rational and irrational irrational numbers, which you'll be taking in your grade 9 fall semester, don't forget to make sure that you don't miss that class. Until then, I want to say bye-bye for now.